This cow calved at 1 o'clock in the morning in a snowstorm, and Dad went out to do the night check, and we brought him in at 2 o'clock because he was getting froze up in the snow. So we put him in the shed. And thawed him out, and he's up and moving around. Excuse me. I'm not convinced that he's had his breakfast yet. I put them together first thing this morning, and he was up and butting around, but I don't think he's figured out where he's supposed to go yet. So I got her locked in, and I'm gonna rope her and milk some out of this wild creature and see if I can get him started. She looks like she's real happy to be here. Now we got her roped. I got about a cup, maybe not quite milked out of her here, just enough. Hopefully that'll get him primed, get him looking for breakfast. I'll get him, see if I can get him sucking and go from there.
Now this cow was presenting with both back feet coming out, which means this calf was coming backwards, and the calf was pulled and didn't survive for more than a couple of minutes despite Glenn's best efforts. See? This is why we can't have nice things. Which one of you is gonna calve tonight? Is it you? Well, Glenn's tagging a calf. I'm watching this cow. This cow gave Glenn the stink eye in the corral one night and then continued to be a grumpy cow for days. Hey there, Mama. What a nice baby you got. It's okay.
This little girl's mom calved out in the corral about 1 o'clock, and it wasn't too bad right at midnight, but the wind came up and started snowing, so we brought him in, and we'll go bring Mom in. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning right now. If I just open the gate, she'll go in. I'm gonna shut it off here. That's Mom. It's just starting to snow and getting windy out there. Knew she was gonna calve at midnight, but she wouldn't let me anywhere near her out in the corral, so we waited till she calved, and then we hooked the calf with the hook truck. She followed it into the yard here, and we got them separated. So I got the gate open. I hope she'll just go through there and find her calf. If not, I'll have to chase her in. It's 6:15 in the morning. Just got a call about 45 minutes ago. There was a new calf out in the corral again, so went up and brought it in, and brought in one had calved earlier in the night. It was up before the weather turned bad and all dried off, but it was starting to look cold, so we brought it in. And that's the one we brought in at 3. So I'm gonna go have some breakfast. Somebody rubbed up against the windbreak and broke a board off here. So I'm gonna stick another one in there. Otherwise, it isn't very long before they'll stick their head in there and they'll have all the boards rubbed off in between the posts. That's kind of how that works. These slats are supposed to be 1-inch rough cut, which used to mean about 7/8 of an inch, and you could plane them down to 3/4, but now the stuff we get at the lumber, well, the stuff we can get at the farm store anyways, is closer to 5/8 than it is to 7/8. So I'll stick a board up there. It won't be near as thick as the one that was there, but that's what we got. Now I put it in with screws. That'll have to do the trick. When I built this windbreak, I used a power nailer, and the boards were a little bit green. I got the whole bunch of them. They all went on really quick, and then the board shrank up so bad that you could actually pull the nails out with your fingers. So I had to go back and re-nail everything with Hardox nails or screws. And I wonder why there's a hole on the north side here. That's a silly thing to do. Why not have it solid? Well, I did have it solid, and then twice within the first couple of months, when the bulls were spending the winter here, they get to fighting in this corner, and they just kept breaking this corner out. I fixed it a couple times, and finally I just gave up and said, well, if they're gonna get somebody in a corner, at least they got somewhere to go. The wind kind of comes through here, but it's yeah, that's why there's a hole in the corner, because they kept putting one there on their own. If I do this again, you want about a 20% porosity on your windbreak rather than a solid slat. That breaks the wind way better without it swirling for quite a ways on both sides, the windy side and the other side. The taller the better, but on our outsides here, I should have went with a heavier post. These are 6-inch posts or something like that, 8 feet long. But you can tell this one, they've been rubbing on it and it's broke off. I'm gonna have to replace it as soon as the ground's thawed out with something bigger. So I want to put heavier posts on your outside. Maybe try and get some 7 or 8-inch posts, and because that's where all the rubbing happens. Anyway, just another chore today, I guess. just a second. She just got up and I kicked some straw and I didn't want her to step on him because she couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Hadn't found him yet. She just got him now.
So what was all the fuss about here?
She did long enough, so I went out to the corral and she had it and it was up to the hips. So I thought, well, let her try and have it out there so she could get up and run around still.
With it dangling out of her?
Yeah,
Nice.
but it wasn't coming, so we got her in and pulled it. It wasn't too hard to pull. He'll be just fine. He's just 10 minutes old, 5 minutes old, so. He's shaking his head and stuff, so I think it's fine.
Another successful trip to the barn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you for week 5 of calving at the Cow Emporium. Take care.